Matt Stepp with Dave Campbell's Texas Football back here at the City of Palms Coaches Clinic, here with the head coach of the Edinburg Vela Sabercats, Coach John Campbell. Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Well, thanks for having us.
All right, Coach, obviously last couple of years have been really impressive at Vela. You guys, 12-1 season last year. For us, you guys were pretty much the consensus #1 team in the Valley. A lot of competition down here, but you guys were able to rise above it and then get to the third round of the playoffs. And really, I thought, even in a losing effort, I know you wish you would have won that game against Westlake, but your kids played really well and made a great accounting of themselves. So I know looking back on it, you've had a chance to kind of evaluate things. What was you most proud of with your seniors and your team last year?
Well, I'll tell you what, we had our end of the year banquet last night, as a matter of fact, and the fact that when we got back off the bus from the previous year, we felt that we kind of embarrassed ourselves a little bit that first year, and basically made a 365-day goal to get right back to that same place. Knew that would have a real good chance of playing Austin Westlake, and you don't ever want to play second fiddle per se, but we definitely wanted to improve upon our showing, and basically had a 63-point gap that we needed to fill, and felt that
you cut 40 off of it. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and the thing was, I think it was a different feeling to where we didn't deserve to win. We made enough mistakes, but I think this time around it was the kids realized that we can play with Austin Westlake and actually leaving the field. Well, dadgummit, if we didn't make some of those mistakes, not only would we have been able to play with them, but you can win a ball game like that. So from that standpoint, although it didn't come out the way we wanted to, I think the program took some significant steps forward. I
was going to ask you, how does that help you going into 2019, because you guys were competitive and you felt like you had some chances to make that game a one-score game and win it late, maybe possibly if things would have the ball would have bounced your way and you wouldn't have made any mistakes. How big is that now to have that mental mindset that, hey, we can play, not only can we just go to these games and show up, we can actually play with these guys and now take the next step and beat them? It's got to be big going into the offseason.
It definitely is. I mean, you've got two sets of kids. I mean, the good news is that we played and competed against Westlake. The bad news is that we've had to play against a program such as Westlake. So kind of always taking that philosophy of taking a lemon and making lemonade. We've got two sets of kids in our program now that have played against one of the best programs in the state of Texas. So they know kind of what it takes to compete at that level. And we've got a group of kids that have been in that ball game twice now. So that kind of grows your program.
All right, looking ahead of the offseason, it's always important. We're going to get stronger, get faster. Is there any specific message that you and your coaching staff kind of gave to your kids when they kind of came back from the Christmas break? Because especially for you guys, you played 3 rounds deep. Really, the offseason really doesn't start until you get back from Christmas vacation. So when the kids came back and you got them for the second semester, and I know they're out doing other basketball and playing baseball and getting in track, but when you have them in football offseason, what's your message to your kids and any goals that you have for the offseason?
It gets a little corny because Coach Saban has made it such a cliche with the process, but we feel like we have a process in place, and it's a matter of following on a day-to-day basis. And part of that process is developing the next group of leadership. A lot of the intangibles that people don't necessarily see on a Friday night, they see the performance aspect, but there's so much behind the scenes during the off season with the kids working and grinding, whether it's going through OTAs or working out or going through the boot camp, where that little leadership dynamic, sort of the character makeup, personality of that respective team unfolds. We got a group of kids that haven't had a lot of adversity in terms of wins and loss kind of a deal, and sometimes you need to remind them of what it takes to get to that level.
Create a little adversity, right?
Exactly.
There you go. Now, you've been down here for 2 years now. Just for you personally, how do you feel like, you got to be really excited that the community has accepted you, and the kids really seem like, just watching your kids on film, they really seem like they've bought in 100% to the program and to what you and your coaching staff has instilled. It's got to be really an honor and humbling, I would imagine.
It's very humbling, very humbling. We feel very fortunate. We're in a community that really loves their high school. Extremely supportive of not just football, but all extracurricular programs. I mean, I don't think that there's a lot of neat things that are going on in the Rio Grande Valley on the educational end, and we hear a lot of the negative from up north. But I mean, whether it's our school or other school districts, whether it's going on academically or athletically, like I said, a lot of dynamic things, and we just happen to be in a situation where we have a lot of success. We have a community that expects to have success, and we have an administration that will support the pursuing of that success. So,
how Final question for you: another great speaker list here at the City of Palms Clinic. Another lot of great speakers, a lot of guys who've won state titles and know a lot of football. It's got to be a nice convenience to have such a good clinic and a good speaker list here. Because I know you're a football junkie and you like to just listen to these guys talk ball. It's got to be a real kind of blessing to have this kind of thing right down the corner, right down the street from you.
Major asset for the entire Rio Grande Valley, because yes, we've got opportunity to listen to some guys that have kind of been there and done that. I mean, it's a really neat list of speakers. You got guys that have competed in state championships. You got guys that are coaching at the college level, and then we've got some guys that locally have had some success as well. So, real good opportunity to grow professionally this weekend.
Coach, appreciate you what you do for student athletes in the state of Texas, and good luck in 2019.
Thank you very much. Thank you again for having us.